You guys want to see something funny? Well, I find it funny because I'm problematic and anti-woke. You might not find it super funny. Buddy Carter is a Republican looking to take John Ossoff's very vulnerable Senate seat.
Dude, he's been MAGA from the beginning.
Who?
Buddy Carter. He's been loyal to Trump, defended him during impeachment,
But he helped Trump with the border, with deportation.
and banning people like me from competing in women's sports. Buddy Carter even believes there's only two genders. Now Buddy wants to help Trump in the Senate and
Like
beat
the
John
tuba music?
Ossoff.
After all Ossoff has done for us.
It's just not fair.
I'm Buddy Carter, and I approve this message.
That's good, right? We're at the level of like, how do you make an attack ad? We'll show a black supporting the opposition, you know? That was so boring. I mean, it is, I guess, honest of them to admit that they're not running on anything even remotely resembling policy or making the country better, but rather just like, you know, these sick freaks on the other side? Well, they're on the other side and they hate me. Vote for me to make the sick freaks angry. The trombone was a nice touch. Is it a trombone? I thought it was a tuba. I'm not very music pilled. It's not a xylophone. It's, you know, it's doing the tuba thing. It's doing the like womp womp. It is a tuba. Okay. I'll accept my victory in this matter with grace and humility. Thank you. I don't know if I even spelled trombone right. I don't think you did, but that's okay. You fool, it's a xylophone. He's doing Andor memes. Well, I haven't seen Andor, so I don't know what it means. That lady's pulling off quite a face. We thought you were watching it. It's in the logs. It's in the bag. Let's watch it again. You're right, we should.
Dude, he's been MAGA from the beginning.
Who?
Buddy Carter. He's been loyal to Trump, defended him during impeachment.
But he helped.
I do, hold on. I have to say, because it's all like carefully crafted, right? Okay. This is unrealistic. Somebody earlier said it, okay? This is a very male-coded living room, which is either a slight against her or an indication that they don't know what they're talking about, okay? Because I've been to the apartments of the transgenders, and it's always apartments, not houses, because you know how they are with their finances. They're always buying cat ears or whatever, you know. But they got shit all up over the wall. Walls are always full of shit. You don't want to be in rooms like this, folks. It's not communicating a good energy. Where's the blahaj? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Bedroom, maybe? Like as a bed plushie? That's a normal place to put it. This is not a queer household. That's true. It's just, yeah.
Who?
Buddy Carter. He's been loyal to Trump, defended him during impeachment,
But he helped Trump with the border, with deportation.
and banning people like me from competing in women's sports. Buddy Carter even believes there's only two genders.
The thing, because you know they had to be talking about it, they were probably thinking, how manly should we make the trans chick, right? Because they were thinking like, because somebody was like, we should choose the hairiest, most muscular guy, and then they'll talk like this, or something like that. And somebody else was like, no, like we need to dial it back to the point where it's obvious what we're targeting, you know? Like, let's not, you know, like, there's like a balance here to be had. I wish I was a fly on the wall for that conversation. They were scared their voters wouldn't understand they're trans. They had to put the flag up there. Well, it's also realistic because like solidly like 90% of trans people probably have a trans flag hanging somewhere unironed in their house. This is the realistic part. It is true though, like it doesn't have very pronounced fold lines. It looks more like it's been crumpled rather than kept folded.
Now Buddy wants to help Trump in the Senate and beat John Ossoff.
After all Ossoff has done for us.
It's just not fair.
I'm Buddy Carter, and I approve this message.
I don't think Buddy Carter's a clear shot to win or anything like that. I do think it's funny that I do think it's funny that like this is where the discourse is now, you know? MAGA warrior. Yeah, I don't know though. The Kamala Harris they them ad did pretty well, didn't it? It has its own Wikipedia page. Look at that. Aired more than 30,000 times in every swing state. NFL and college football games, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing. Phew! According to analysis by Future Forward, a Democratic super PAC, Kamala is for they them was one of Trump's most effective 30-second attack ads, shifting the race 2.7 percentage points in favor of Trump after viewers watched it. That might have actually won him the election. Let me find it. It's got a Wikipedia article. Yeah, it was a big deal. They put a lot of money into it. I don't know if we've ever actually watched it on stream, have we?
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners, every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this.
Pretty good, huh? I now support my own rights 2.7% less. What a good advert. How is this a success? Are you surprised by that? Why would she say this but be so weak on every other trans issue? Well, that's the thing. She didn't say this. The interview was cut deceptively. She referred to it like 5 years ago, but didn't talk about it at all since then. And she's really only describing the fact that transgender inmates receive life-saving care. Like look at what she actually says in the bit of the interview they show.
Prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners,
Surgery
every
for
transgender
prisoners. Cut. Every transgender inmate in the prison system
would have access.
Would have access.
It's hard to believe.
Notice how she didn't actually say the statement there?
But it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they.
Wait, shit, isn't this illegal in political ads for you? I'm not sure what you mean. You can do whatever you want in this country as long as it's evil. And saying that the Dems didn't put any effort against Trump like this, I mean, yeah, it's about like narrative strength and narrative consistency, you know? At the end of the day, no matter what the Democrats do, literally no matter what they do, they will always be the party of like woke gay trans degeneracy. There is nothing they could do. They could pull away from it as much as they want. They could distance themselves from it. They could attack trans people. They could be like openly bigoted. It would not change the fact that every election cycle Republicans are going to run on them being in favor of degeneracy because they're fascists. Why would you ever try to win against fascists with the no, don't worry, we're not actually in favor of degeneracy argument? Are you kidding me? Like, just think about for like 1 second. Like, the fascists who have openly lied about everything from day one are going to be like, oh guys, we have to tone it down. Let's actually give accolades to our political opponents. They have made real progress on the anti-degeneracy front. What are you talking about? Why did they nerf walls with the weird shit? Because DNC insiders genuinely thought it was too much. They didn't like it. It was uncivil, it was personal, and they thought it wouldn't resonate well with voters, even though it objectively was. But the DNC insiders aren't really receptive to reality, so. Anyway, the meat and potatoes of this, not this one, of this video right here is quite literally like, vote for me because the degenerate freaks like the other guy. In an environment like this, you have no choice but to support the, with respect, degenerate freaks. If you think in a political environment like this, you're going to skate by off of neutrality on the issue? Like, come on. You have to run with that ticket. And if you own it, if you don't run from it, you're much less susceptible to the attacks. Okay, but what about Palestine? I don't know what you want from Democrats on that one. You think they're going to shift on this shit? They're pot committed, okay? They're in deep, even if they concede it's a W for the fascists. Yeah, or they'll just attack you for things you said in the past. Kamala Harris made that statement about surgery for trans inmates 5 years before the election. Do you really think, so if you concede all the points now, you think they're not just going to say, oh, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you said this, 20 years ago, you said that? They don't care, or they'll just make it up. They literally don't care. In Canada, the Liberals openly ran on a huge list of all the pro-LGBTQ plus reforms they've made over the decades, and they didn't get any negative voter impact from it, despite right-wing attempts to attack them on it. They even used a rainbow font and used the 900-letter version of LGBTQ. I remember this. Yeah, I remember this in the lead up to the, I think it was around the time that Justin Trudeau was stepping down. Maybe we didn't take a look at this exact webpage, but we took a look at some of the queer messaging from the Liberal Party, where they are like unambiguously pro. Again, not giving the Canadian Liberals accolades broadly, but in terms of like, do they support queer people? The answer is unambiguously like, yeah. I mean, certainly relative to the opposition. Democrats have just walked back on it. Chapel Roan really was right on that one, huh? Even I was a little too dainty with her, I think. When she got in some hot water, when she was like, well, the Democrats don't really stand for our rights or something to that effect, she got vindicated pretty quickly on that one. Pretty quickly. At least it ain't Labor UK. The only reason we don't know the Democrats are going to go the Labor UK route is because the Democrats have been dead silent for months. For all we know, the Democrats are going to, at some point, there's going to be some big national initiative, and they're going to be like, guys, we've got it. We've got a new strategy. Trans people! And then we're going to have to deal with that. You know, we're going to have to deal with that strategy. All depends on how Democrats do in 2026. Dog, we do not have until 2026. We're 5 months, 4 months out from the start of this presidency. Jesus, you're wrong. We're 3 years in. We've been caught in the torment nexus for a long time. Long ass time.